First stop today, liquor and wine, Geneva, Illinois. Let's get inside and see what they got.
So we start with one of the biggest bottles the Maker's Mark makes. In cap, standard issue stuff, Cedar Ridge. Just did a video on visiting there. A great place. Good people. Elijah Craig. Driftless Glen. Haven't tried any, but heard some stuff. Some more of the big old makers.
Guess I should probably get the prices in there because it's kind of what we're looking for, isn't it? Probably one of the biggest selections of Starlight I've seen anywhere.
Guess everybody's going to the big old bottles.
A little bit of everything on there, but nothing's marked. So I have no idea.
Start at the bottom this time.
What do they consider bottom shelfers?
Couple more Cedar Ridge down there.
I don't think that's a bottom shelfer. I think they put out some pretty decent stuff. Some of the old Forester line up there. Driftless Glen. That was a good one to try. I haven't had any Driftless Glen stuff. Benchmark, maybe half the line up there. Tried a couple of Green Rivers, wasn't a huge fan. Or even heard of Davies County, wherever that is. Knob Creek, not too many of them. Holiday, love the holiday stuff. Bourbon, always a fan. Mild and Green, tried the rye, wasn't me. But I've heard it's pretty decent stuff out of, I believe it was Texas. Barrel. Got the cigar blend and it was fantastic. It's the only one I tried of theirs so far. Around the corner, Rabbit Hole. Derringer was decent. Loved the Race King. It was very good. Are actually looking for a couple of specific bottles today. See if we have any luck finding it. A whole collection of Crown Royal. And on the top shelf, Gatsby, which is a great bottle. 250 is a bit steep. 2024 on the Maker's Wood Finishing Series. A little higher in price, but still a great bottle. Penelope Cigar Batch up there. Midwinter Night's Dram. Am I the only one that's not even interested in Pappy? Penelope's, single barrels. This store usually does bundles, but their bundles aren't small. They're like 4 and 5 bottle bundles. So it looked like they have some good stuff. It's package priced. Looks like any of their store picks. The more store picks you buy, the better price you get on any of the Buffalo Trace stuff. Not sure how much of it they have, but it's definitely there if you don't mind buying some barrel picks. Also, I saw up there your 12-year, but it looks like you have to buy 4, maybe 5 bottles total just to get the Eagle Rare. We'll ask some questions and see what it is. So the Eagle Rare 12 package, and I'll put it up on the screen for you. But that was, in order to get one bottle that you wanted, it was going to cost $439. And it was actually 5 total bottles, 4 of which I didn't want, 1 of which I did. So on to the next store. Next stop, Savway Liquors, corner of State and 6th, downtown Geneva. Let's go see what they got. Start with some end caps with a whole bunch of makers. Fairly reasonable. Little island there, some more makers. Looks like barrel pick. Taylor small batches for $75. Standard issue bullets. The 12-year is pretty good on the rye. I'm not really a rye guy, so I can't answer that. Small batch for $31. Standard issue Russells. Just a regular 10-year, $39. Apparently there's a hot buy on the Reverend, whoever he may be. Forester 86 proof. I prefer the 100 proof myself. Knob Creek 9, always a solid pour. Larceny small batch, great weeder for $27. Guess we'll start on the top row. It's kind of a long row, so let's see what we got. That small batch for $75. Only 2 at that price. I'll take 0 at that price personally. Holiday, not bad stuff. Big fan. That starts at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. Will it pot still? See those things everywhere, and I haven't heard anyone that says they like them. I guess they're probably okay for the money. Looks like we shift into rise from there. Go back the other direction. Smoke wagon. Super fancy bottles. Just one more I haven't tried. A Whiskey Row series there. So, I don't know if I'm the only one, but I just don't understand the hype behind Woodford. Single barrel on almost every shelf anymore. It used to be crazy. It was so hard to find. And now everybody still leaves that price up there like it's still hard to find, but it's not. Breckenridge. Well, the wife is a huge fan of the Breckenridge. I believe it's a port finish.
Dickel. Is that as bad as people say it is? So many I haven't tried. More Old Foresters are the best buys for your money right there, as far as I'm concerned. Old Forester 100 proof. Pinhook stuff there. TX wasn't bad. I didn't mind it. Very small benchmark selection. That's kind of surprising, actually. Hot buy on the Reverend. Tiny rock section here. I think even though I'm not a rye guy, if I could find one of those bullet 12s, I would actually grab it. Just to see what all the hype's about. Sazerac, 90 proofs, no hundreds or 125s. And last but not least, a local Whiskey Acres. All right, on to the big boy shelf. M10B, M10R. I was prisoner share. Don't see that sitting around too much. 150 Taylor Rye. Foolproof, probably my favorite of the Weller line. Kentucky out. Is any of that worth it? Someone tell me. I don't know. I already have a knob 18. I would like a knob 21, but I'm not willing to grab it at that price. It's a 25 Shanks, if anybody's still looking for last year's. Whole bunch of Woodford. Cascade Moon. Never heard of such a thing. Measured wood finishing. The Kenna 10 hasn't been allocated in a long time. I'm not sure where they're locking that up. Maybe it's just stuff they don't get a whole lot of. Well, no dice at Savway. I guess we'll try another one. Maybe change towns here. I'm not having real good luck in Geneva, surprisingly. But let's see what else is out there. Next stop, Mars Liquors, East Side. Let's see what they got. All right. Let's start with the standard issue Crown. Some of these prices are so faded, I don't know if they're accurate. But, I've tried 3 of those now, or 2 of them. I am looking for a blackberry one. Would like to try that. All the standard issue offerings. 1792. Huge fan of the 12-year. Sweet Wheat was okay. Small batch. It was all right. Wasn't hugely impressed by it. Wasn't turned off by it. Sazerac, still no 125. Bullets for days. Couple of Fuse, couple of Wyomings. Standard Wild Turkeys. Sagamore. Love me some Sagamore, and I'm not even a rye guy. And then at the bottom, a couple of flavored benchmarks. Well, I've seen those before. And a whole bunch of names I've never heard of. And of course, right in the middle of the aisle, got to throw out the Buffalo Trace because everybody's got it. Well, now they do anyway. The only question here is what's the price on it? Some cases of Elijah, Knob Creek, Bullet, stuff that hadn't made it to the shelf yet. And then we got the fancy shelf. Or maybe it's not fancy, maybe it's just where they're putting more stuff. Amador Whiskey Company. Never heard of that before. Old Forester Whiskey Rose Series. And up here, got a couple of orphan barrel options for you. Dad's Hat. Clearly out of Pennsylvania. Bowman's, Kentucky Owls. A couple of Rare Perfections and a Waddy Boone. Waddy Boone. So some more stuff up on the counter. Looks like we got a Booker's, but I can't really get to it to see which one it is. Got an Old Fitz 7. Penelope Toasted Rye. Bowman Single. McKenna 10. Early Times Blue Top. There's an Ancient Age. A couple of benchmarks. Make it hard to figure out what you want. Buffalo Trace Bourbon Cream. It's pretty good stuff. This kind of sticks out to me. A Garrison Brothers Single Barrel. Not sure what they're asking for that. Bottle number 43 from 2020. Some Four Roses OBSF OESKs. 1792 single bottled and bond. So this one's 59 Food and Liquor. It's probably one of my go-to stores just for the simple fact that they appreciate you. They make you feel welcome. Let's see what they got. So we didn't film in that store. The regular guy is super good dude. We probably stood there and talked for at least a half an hour or so. Distribution problems that he's having, distributors shutting down, why it's so hard for him to get stuff. Super nice dude. I did grab one of the bottles that I was looking for on this trip. Still looking for the second one. Unfortunately, I feel like I'm going to be forced to one of the big box stores, which I don't really like to spend my money at. I will if I have to, but I'd rather not, so I try the other stores first. Smaller stuff, support some local businesses. So on to the next one, but obviously they won't let us film in there, so we'll see you for the conclusion at the end. So I wanted to clarify a couple of things about my first bourbon hunting video. Number one is it wasn't my first bourbon hunt. It was just the first one that I actually recorded. Bourbon hunting for quite a few years now. I've played the allocated game. I played the catch the stores on drop day as soon as they open. Built relationships and had people give me heads up when something's coming. I have not gone so far as to stand in line, but maybe if the right bottle came along. Been to multiple tastings that are put on by distilleries, by local liquor stores who host tasting events, Chicago Bourbon Club who has tasting events. So I'm not new to bourbon or whiskey by any means. I've been doing it for what I feel like is quite a while. I'm sure there's plenty of people that have been doing it much longer, but anyway, one of those tastings, tried this New Riff 8, delicious pour, reasonably priced, and
Well, I know a couple of places you can find it on a shelf right now. I don't have to play the allocated game and wait for that one bottle that's going to complete the collection, because your collection will never be complete. It's never going to happen. There's always something more, something new, something shinier, something 1 year older. If that's what you want to chase, good luck to you. If you want just a bunch of regular great bottles that are available all the time, so much easier to do. And I'm perfectly happy with almost all of them. Speaking of the couple of bottles that I was looking for today, Widow Jane Decadence, blended maple finish, and Widow Jane Applewood Rye. We're going to try and recreate an old fashioned that we had out at the chart room in Coralville, Iowa. It's a short video on that. If you go back and look through my stuff, we're going to try and recreate it and see if we can make it just as good as they did there. So until the next bourbon hunt, cheers to you. Hope you find what you're looking for.